In part 3 of the family room renovation, I'm going to be getting the TV wall ready for paint, and then I'm going to be working on smoothing out all of the ugly bumps on the rest of the walls. So in this video, it's just going to be me. As you can see, I'm just getting all the drywall ready, putting on the drywall tape, and getting all the corners in. This did take a lot of coats and a lot of sanding, but in the end, we got everything. There was also a lot of cleanup here. The most difficult part was definitely connecting it to the old wall. It did take a lot of coats and a lot of mud in order to get it all even, but I am really happy about the final result. Getting the back of the wall straight was quite simple. The connection was just like any other connection, and connecting it to the original wall, we're just putting in some drywall mud along with some drywall tape. It did take quite a few passes in order to get everything straight, but that was also because the original wall were quite uneven, but in the end we got a very smooth result. I also did a lot of sanding in between. Now shifting my focus to the beam were quite simple. I put on some mud along with some PVC corner protectors instead of the yellow. Since I wouldn't really be walking into this one with both sides in, I could just start filling up the middle with mud in order to even everything out. Is this the right way? Probably not, but I am happy with the result, so who really cares? And as I said, it did take multiple coats for it to be completely straight, but the result speaks for itself. I did this for most of the wall in the living/dining room, but in the family room we're going to do something different, I thought. So just like in the walk-in, we were going to use plaster in order to straighten out the walls, which is why I'm covering everything in plastic, and then just mixing up a whole bag. The process of mixing is not actually that difficult. You simply add the bag and then you mix in the water until you get the consistency that you actually want. And once you have that, you're basically ready to go. I'm just making sure there's no lumps in it. I went for a consistency kind of like this, something where it could like stick together but not stay where it is. With that done, I could start adding it to the wall just like I did in the walk-in. However, in here we have much smaller walls, we have a lot more corners, and I am, again, by no means a professional, so this was so hard for me to actually do. I have so much respect for people who does this and does it well, because oh my god, it's hard. I did almost this whole wall before I were like, I cannot do this. But I wanted to give it another try just to make sure that maybe I could learn it. But in the end, I had to give up and I had to figure out something else. And if you want to see what that is, subscribe to follow.